Hello guys, this is Barry Blue here, and today in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel I'm gonna show you a few of my replays during the Theme Chronicle event which just finished. Um, I used this Loaner deck, which is like the Rikka of Snowscape plants, since I didn't want to really build a deck and I thought this is also a little bit more of a challenge, and I had quite a bit of fun. I never played plant or Rikka, so using this deck was actually pretty nice. So this is the deck. You can see we have Lokai, we have one Aurora Mage guy which allows us to gain life points. We have of course Petal, and then the Sunseed Twins which allows us to special summon Lokai from Grave in combination with the spell. We have Lone Fire to get into Lokai, and then we have Free Ash, Ron Primula Rikka Fairy, which is pretty nice. Cyclamen, I never used her, I think. We have of course Princess, which is one of the best cards. Yeah, every turn get a negate, pretty much. Then Mudan, very strong, gets you any spell or trap from the archetype. Erika is okay. Snowdrop is very important to go for your Xyz plays. Usually Hellbore is okay, and then we have Firium Borea, which is an extender. 1/1 of course is pretty good. We have Glamour, which can add you up to 2 cards if you tribute or it's just be a search. Sunvine Sowing, you get that if you use Lokai into Dryas. Concorn gives you a spell or trap from the archetype if you control a Rikka monster, and then you can also tribute one monster of your opponent if you have to use tribute a plant with a Rikka card while you control a Rikka monster. You don't have to control a Rikka monster, but you can tribute a face-up monster of your opponent. 3 imperm, and then we have Tranquility, which is like a reborn for the archetype, and Rikashid, which is a negate and steal, pretty much in combination with Concon. And then Blessed Winch, which I actually never really draw into. Then we have Rikka Strana. This adds something from a Rikka card, I think a plant from grave to hand, or Rikka card. And if it's tributed, you can summon an rank 5 or higher plant Xyz, which usually is going to be your Sacred Tree Priest Hyperton, which is at least a monster negate. And then you have the rank 6, which I rarely did. It can special summon from grave, but if something is tributed, it can special summon a plant from grave. It's pretty nice, but didn't really come up. And then we have Teardrop, which can just tribute a monster on the field as a quick effect if it has plant as material, and each time a monster is tributed it gains 200 attack. Yeah. Dryas can be summoned with a level 4 or lower plant. Usually you want to have Lokai, of course, to get the spell search for the Sunvine Sowing, and from there you can combo, which allows you to use Healer, special Healer, which gives you back life and be above 8000 if you started. Thrasher, additional target for Dryas effect. Jasmine is your searcher, your main like Link 2, I would say. It's pretty good, does pretty much everything. Then Seven Dance Peon, she is like excavates 3 and special summons up to 2 plants from that and melts the rest. And Melias I never summoned it, and I think Bang Hail Lancer didn't really needed it. I think I used it twice maybe. Usually I stay with Jasmine if she's on the field, because it's better. That's it for the deck, if you didn't check it out already before. And now we will see a few of my replays. So I am going first in this duel, and I should say I played around till I was at 4,000 points to learn the deck a little bit, and from there on I will have replays. Here I go pretty easy, go into Paddle Surge Mudan I think, and hit the Princess to special and tribute, get Con, also get Rikka Sheet, get the 2 monsters in hand, which now I will tribute for the double special summon and go for Teardrop. At this point I didn't know too much how the combos worked, so I could have done something better. I get dusted immediately, which was quite annoying, and get imperm afterwards. And my opponent plays Umi, and that I ashed pretty easy. And now one of the best recursion cards, Rikka Paddle, gets back during the opponent's end phase to search a card. Yeah, negates my Snowdrop. I get Mudan, can tribute to search another Rikka Con. Yeah, the attack gain is mandatory, that while the Snowdrop activates all the time. Here I go for the Jasmine. I was not sure if I should go for this because of the Lost Wind, but I thought I'd rather go for it and get more resources that way. And here I did a mistake by summoning the Dryas, since it needs to be in the extra monster zone to get you the search. So there I kinda went minus. Jasmine doesn't get destroyed by battle since I have higher life points than my opponent. And yeah, at this point Paddle again comes back, we use it, but I get impumped again, which is not a big deal. I have Lonefire, tribute to Paddle so it can recur itself again. I of course could link it away, but I wanted also to bait like other impumps if there were any. I contribute my opponent's monster, which was very nice. Add 2 cards, and at this point tribute the Lonefire for Mudan, get another Rikka Con, since I think I didn't have any other targets left. Attacked here with everything. Sadly 200 life points were left, which of course is a little bit annoying, but with my opponent having nothing in hand anymore, I was not afraid. I also had the Princess engraved, so I have always had a monster negate, and at this point I still was trying to learn a little bit about the deck, so I went for try to combo, so probably unnecessary here. I get another Paddle, go for the Strenna, get back something from grave, the Snowdrop, so I can I didn't even went for it, since just in case if that's some weird trap. But yeah, that was enough for game 1. One of the next games here, my opponent gets stuck. Let's see. The hand looks pretty good. My opponent had a bad hand though. Looks like Luminor was the only real play. Also doesn't summon the Trick Clown, which is kinda interesting, but my hand kinda loses to Ash right now. So I went for Lonefire, which comes through, which was very good, because now I can go for Sun Avalon Dryas with Lokai, which allows me to search my spell, but there was the Lightsworn Aegis, which negated my effect, which of course is quite annoying. But we had Princess, so I had an extender, and I had Rikka Con, which allows me to add Glamour or set Glamour, and Glamour allows me to tribute one of my opponent's monsters thanks to Concon to search 2 cards. Here I summon Snowdrop with Pedal as well, so I get a search with Pedal, which is pretty nice. And then I will tribute the Pedal for Mudan, which should give me Ricochet. And now I turn into level 8 thanks to Snowdrop's effect. And go into my rank 8 Xyz, Teardrop, Rikka Queen, which gets rid of the Raiden after normal summon, and that was pretty much it. Since my opponent didn't have anything on his first turn, I was pretty sure he doesn't have anything after the normal summon either. Get my search here with thanks to Pedal, have the Princess. Hong Kong gives me my other trap. I went into Jasmine. I can special summon Princess, tribute Princess. I can summon my overall mage, tribute it to get 2 cards back to my hand. I then gain life, attack, and can special summon my Rikka monster and search another card. Turn into level 6, so I can summon my rank 6 Xyz, and now I can just attack for game. Right. This duel my opponent sadly didn't have too much, but it shows how the combo works. For our third game, my opponent goes first again. So let's see what awaits us here. It's Mekk-Knight. I thought it was Orcust, so I immediately negated the Girsu because I knew without the TCG support there's no way that the Girsu can do much. Pedal gets negated sadly by Ash, but that's okay. I have Glamour and Concon. I can get Princess, tribute my Princess to have like the negate for certain other hand traps. Here I can use Snowdrop, using my opponent's monster, summon my level 4. Wanted it to change the levels, but sadly got interrupted, which is a little bit annoying. I attack for damage. And here I think I went for the link play of Jasmine, tributing the Pedal, which gets impermed. By now I have Pedal Engrave, which is pretty good. But I sadly don't have a Rikka on board for Princess, but my opponent only left with 2 cards in hand. I have Ricochet, so it should be pretty easy. There comes Ken, which gets rid of my card in hand. Not a big deal, I will get my Pedal back. And now I can just search whatever I want pretty much. Use Jasmine, actually use the field spell first. And at that point my opponent already saw it's not gonna work out. And I win this duel as well. So this is my the fourth duel here. I'm going first. Have a pretty bad hand except of Lonefire, but Lonefire doesn't get interrupted, so we pretty much combo with Lonefire. The only problem here is I cannot have access to I cannot search Snowdrop through Glamour, since I have my other level 8s in hand, and you have to search 2 of the same level with Glamour if you tribute a monster. Okay, here we go some basic combos. Get Pedal, get Mudan, which gives you Concon, which then gives you Glamour. And here I wanted to search the level 8, but I couldn't, which was a little bit of a problem, since I couldn't tribute here. So I had to think about a way where this might work. So luckily I could change the level of my Mudan to 8, so I could go for the Queen. And I could still summon Strana thanks to the 2 level 4s. I tributed now the Strana to finally summon, I think this was the first time where I summoned the Sacred Beast and Sacred Tree Beast, and this way I had a monster negate available to me. My opponent looked like stacks a weapon, Utopia, and I was kinda, could get nasty. So let's see what happens. So his Utopic Onomatopoeia I negated. He went for the draw 2 because he pretty much couldn't do anything with my monsters. Or they would have returned, and looks like he didn't draw anything. Here's another duel where I go first. I have a pretty good hand. Yeah, I think this is like pretty much perfect, and I think the duel also doesn't go very long. I summon Loci with 1-for-1 by ditching Loci, which is pretty good. Go for Dryas, get the Sowing. We had like everything in hand. We had Sowing in hand, we had Loci in hand, so the hand was kinda weird, but it just works still. We didn't use the normal summon, went for Jasmine after the Sunvine combo. Get Mudan here for Concon. Concon gives Glamour, and here I can tribute. I actually tribute Mudan, which is, I guess, fine. It doesn't really matter. I can go for Paddle, which gives me Princess, which protects me from hand traps. Because I have more life, I can also go for the Arrow Mage, which then I mill free with the Sylvan Link and also get 500 life. I get another Princess special summoned. I can search a monster from deck, go for the Lancer, can go for the Tribute, get Longfire and level 8, and could have turned Longfire to level 8 I think as well. So this time I'm going second, and here I'm at the receiving end, and my opponent plays actually also the Rikka deck, and I think it's probably also just the Loaner deck. He gets pretty much, I think, even like a perfect combo. I'm not sure. His endboard was amazing. I mean, he pretty much goes for the standard combo, but he also had like the Rikka, which is like an extender there as well. Goes for Jasmine here, of course. Tribute, gets Paddle, which gives Princess, and because he had the level 4 on the field already, he's in a very good spot. And he also revealed 2 plant monsters, which makes it so much stronger as well, getting 2 free bodies as well. Go for Strana here, which can be tributed by Longfire Blossom as well to summon anything out of the deck, which is quite insane. Or you use Glamour, which might work as well. Get Snowdrop, get Lily Borea. Now comes the Sacred Tree Beast, Longfire Tribute for Mudan, get Rikka Sheet, summon the Princess, go for Lancer, tribute actually the Lancer, which I thought was quite interesting, but it works out. Goes for the rank 8 Xyz, summons the Lancer back by banishing 2 Link 2 monsters. Can go for another Jasmine, and that's pretty much insane board, and I didn't really have anything to play through. If I had the Rikka Concon, I could have done it, but that was like pretty much the card I needed to break this actually. Since there was also Princess Engrave, I didn't have too many options. I gain life, he tributes me, and at this point I had no other options but to surrender. Okay, another duel where I get to start. I have Longfire, which is like always pretty helpful. Getting Lokai, and this is like pretty much the basic combo you do if your opponent cannot interrupt it. Go for the twin. Twin gets your Lokai back. Summon healer to go over 8000, which is nice for Jasmine, so she can protect the monsters she points to by battle. Go for the Sylvan Link and see if I can hit something, and from the looks of it I get at least one monster, which is not too bad. Could be worse, of course. Tribute the Link to for Mudan to get Rikka Konkon. Use that to get the Glamour. Tribute my level 4 for Glamour to get Princess. And the Primula, can special summon the Primula, then the Princess. Go for Strana here, and this adds me back the Mudan. And I activate Korea here to get the Aromage life, so that if I gain life points, I can add something from my deck immediately. Okay, so here I'm waiting for a good negate. So Felice, I kinda had to negate here to get rid of Strana and turn it into the Sacred Tree Beast in return. Dragonlink was fine. Melts the Vice, which is also fine. Lumina. Yeah, I think Lumina I had to negate, because then there would be too many monsters and that would be quite annoying. And here comes like a good thing. Wolf comes, okay, but you can Ash the Vice in hand effect. So they put something on top of the deck and then they cannot special summon her. There comes the Exeter Knight, which I kinda had to imperm at this point. But I actually knew there was a Judgment Dragon coming up. I protected Jasmine since I didn't see any other point in doing so, and I also get the Surge thanks to my Aromage monster being destroyed. I take 3000 damage, and yeah, Judgment Dragon melts for special summons Aphelis as well. And I didn't have a pedal in grave, so I had no recursion. I went for Paddle and was hoping he would activate his trap immediately, which was pretty good. I could summon my Mudan, get Rikka Konkon, and at this point I will build up a lot of advantage because I get my spell from the deck, tribute the Judgment Dragon to get 2 searches, which I went for level 1. Which was, I think, bad. I either didn't have any more targets, or yeah, I actually didn't have great targets for everything else. Okay, Minerva comes out, which I will Ash to give my opponent no chance for like gaining any more advantage. And now I have Pedal, which helps out a lot, of course. I'm trying to search. This is fine. I can let it go through. I can use Konkon again to get Rikka Sheet and summon Lokai and win the duel from there, since my opponent didn't have anything left. Okay, this is my second last duel. I'm going first again. Lone Fire is pretty good, of course. Standard combo, as you can see here. Having access to a Lokai makes it's kinda insane what the one vanilla monster can do for a deck on its own, if the rest of the deck does something like this, of course. We get Jasmine and we get basically 2 Link 2s, which are pretty good, and I hit Petal and Princess, which is quite insane. I can immediately, should have actually tributed. No, I know what I do. I go for Strenna. That's why I didn't tribute the princess first. Yeah, it goes Strenna. I forgot to activate Strenna effect to add something from grave, but that's not a big deal. I summon Snowdrop, go for Teardrop, and have pretty strong board. Have both Rikka Tramps and set. Have a little bit protection thanks to Jasmine, so my monster don't die easily. I can tribute a monster of my opponent, and I have the negate, which I use now. There comes the Hanzo, and there comes also the Ninjutsu Notebook. 1 for 1, a lot of stuff happens. There comes the fusion, which I wanted to tribute immediately and use Ricochet. But there's also a Suravis, which I negate. So I tribute my Sacred Tree Beast. Get a lot of attack on my Teardrop, which I use to tribute the, what is it called? Geo Gravity Ninja, which is like a Book of Moon for my monsters, which I cannot flip up anymore, which is quite annoying if I cannot get rid of my monsters. There comes the second one. He wants that I don't have any other options, but luckily he cannot do that with the Link monsters. And I can use Hellbore to tribute also set cards to revive it from grave. I use Glamour tributing the ninja, and use Jasmine to tribute the set plant to special something else. This is the last duel. I go first in this case again, and as always I have Lone Fire, and if this comes through, pretty much there's like no way of winning in this event at least. I went for Sowing. Can do pretty much the same combo, but the nice thing about this right now is I have extenders in hand, which can be quite helpful. So I summon my Oromage, which allows me to summon the Sylvan Link and gain life. And this was quite devastating, but I milled all my spells and traps, so I had one Rikka Konkon left in the deck. Luckily, and I also had both Glamours in hand. So I set Ricochet, and I also can special summon Princess, tribute Mudan here to get both level 4s, and then special summon it, go for Strenna to add back the Tranquility, because I can add any trigger card from grave. And here I get Pedal and summon the Sacred Beast, and my opponent at this point just gave up, and that's the last duel. So these were a few of the duels I had with this deck. I had a lot of fun actually playing it. This event, I think, was pretty nice. It's like a simple deck to play, as you can see also in the description. It's pretty linear, like with the Lokai combo, and then you can do some, I guess, make some choices depending on which of the cards you have in hand already or not. Yes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and soon I hope to make more Yu-Gi-Oh content on this channel, and I already have a few videos not prepared. Again, this is it. These were the duels. This is the deck I used which is the Loaner deck. I thought, in my opinion, this event was very fun using the Rikka deck as well. It's very simple, as it shows right there on the right, on the description. If you have access to Lokai and it doesn't get interrupted by Ash or Imperm, there's pretty much nothing in this event which can stop you too much. And having like the Snowdrop tributing your opponent's monster with Concon as well is very strong. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.